What point do you think you were going to win last year, Jock?
Well, to be honest, I didn't. It was I was in third place and quite happy with that until Sean pulled out, and at that point I thought I'm in with a good shout. Actually, at that point I was in second place when Sean pulled out. But it doesn't matter how far or how much of a lead you've got on somebody. If someone's chasing you, it never feels like enough. But conversely, I've always said that if you're chasing somebody, it seems like a mountain to climb if they're only 12 minutes ahead. But I suppose it was coming out of Mackle. I thought I'm in with a really good shout of winning.
What was it like afterwards? I mean, you didn't know what it was like to win the parish walk. Were you surprised with the publicity, or?
I was actually. I was very much surprised, quite taken aback by the cards and phone calls and text messages that I got from friends and fellow athletes and competitors, and I was quite overwhelmed actually. I was very surprised.
Did you find if you're giving your name somewhere that someone would say, "Oh, you're the guy who won the parish walk"? Did you find that sort of recognition?
I did actually. Straight afterwards, for the first few weeks, people were walking up to me in the street and saying "well done" and all the rest of it, and that's quite an odd feeling, to be fair. But no, that's died. That's long died down. That's gone. It's finished.
And how's your preparation gone this year compared to last? Are you as fit?
It's hard to say actually. I feel good at the moment. I've been doing a lot of training over the last few months. As you know, I took a few months out at the end of last year, forced break through a niggly injury, but I'm well over that now, and I'm training well, training hard, winding down now, to be fair. It's only a couple of weeks away till the event itself, so tapering away, but no, I feel quite
What's most
good.
important to you this year, to try and retain your title or to get a good time?
I've got a target this year. I know what I want to do. The title, it would be brilliant to retain it, and obviously if I'm in with a chance of doing that, then I'll go for it, but I've got a target, I've got a goal, a set goal, so that's
faster than
I'm
last
focusing
year.
on that.
I
Yes.
won't pressurise you to say what you hope, but it's faster than last
everybody,
year.
I mean, when everybody put a pair of shoes on or start a race, you always want to try and better yourself. It's a race, especially things like the parish distance races, parish end-to-end, things like that. I certainly feel that it's a race with yourself rather than the other athletes, and I'm constantly trying to better my time, and that's what I'm going to be doing.
Taking yourself out of it, if you weren't in it, who would win?
That's always a hard one, because it is a very open race. No matter how much training you do, things can go wrong on the day, or things can go very right. I know there's one or two guys that have done an exceptional amount of training this year. For instance, Robbie. I know Robbie's been doing a great deal. He's found his motivation this year, and also Mark Hemsell's doing a lot of training. Vinnie Lynch, another guy, Richard Gerrard. There's quite a few guys who are all in with a good shout of doing really well this year, and also a couple of new faces who stand a chance, I think, of taking a few minutes off the best first-time finisher, for instance. So I think it'll be very open. I think it'll be very interesting.
Finally,
even more so that one or two regular names are not in it. For instance, Sean, who would always be up there as one of the favourites. Michael George is not doing it this year either. So I think it'll be more open perhaps this year than it has been.
Finally, have you got a tip for someone who's taking part in the first time? Something you learned for the first time you did it?
Yeah. Don't set off like a bullet out of a gun. It's always very easy to get sucked in with the atmosphere and the event as a whole. Is such a fantastic event. It's easy just to get swept along with it, and you feel on a high and you feel good, and just to go as fast as you can in the first 10-15 miles, and that's what you don't want to do.